Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 2. Princess Gang, Leftside
Radiant
Lunchboxes,
team
Game 2.
ban.
In Game 1, Princess Gang had a really bad draft and they lost. Let's see what happens this time. The answer is another Disruptor ban.
Huge for them.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Another Treant ban.
Radiant team ban.
There goes the Mars. Again, I don't really think the Mars ban is particularly necessary. Honestly think you can just let the Mars through and just beat it. Like, it's just so bad right now. Even if it is a specialty of Princess, I think it is so bad even a good player struggles to make it do anything.
10 seconds remaining. Dire
Impossible.
team pick.
Another Dawnbreaker ban.
Both teams not worried about the Lena pick.
Lena.
Lunchbox is going to take it this time.
Absolutely not what I expected.
I was talking with Looter during the break, and he said that first pick Lena is actually a self-troll. Let's see if he's right. Clockwork, Centaur Warrunner coming up. I really like that combo for dealing with Lena. Clockwork, very good just counterplay to Lena. Centaur Warrunner, she just can't even look at him. Like, it's one of the worst matchups for her in existence. Unfortunately for him, while Centaur is a horrible matchup for Lena, it's only bad in the way that Lena, like, struggles to kill him. He really can't personally do that much to her. Undying up here.
Dire team ban.
I'm gonna say this, are you ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, by the way, Burger Print's still here, even though he hasn't said anything.
Radiant team
Oh, I
Um,
was waiting for you to finish your thought.
Dire team ban.
if they do Lena 1 this game, they're trolling themselves. This already looks like a game where you just shouldn't have Lena 1. Just center mid, cut your losses. This is an okay Lena mid game and a horrible Lena 1 game. You cannot chain the cart to her this game. You can never chain the cart to
10
Lena if there's a
seconds
series
remaining.
where it's like Clockwork can always kill her, Centaur Warrunner is
5
never going to die to
seconds
her.
remaining.
Can't be one. How is your one going to live if there's
Radiant
like
team ban.
you just can't like feasibly do that much in a team fight? XNL C gone. Lots of mids gone. They're actually also banning out the Mirana again. Very interesting because it did not feel like the Mirana, unfortunately for Hollywood, had all that much to do with where the successes for the Princess Gang came from the last round.
Team pick. Dire team pick.
And especially confusing given that you pretty much know that he's going to be the Clockwork of this game, right? Like, surely. Kind of a wasted ban. Snapfire coming up. Another great reason not to run the Lena 1 this game. If Looter does that, he's an absolute fool.
10 seconds remaining.
Hey
5
Cheeseburger, let's
seconds
test how
remaining.
many of my casts that you've watched. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody knows in the world knows that Snapfire is a bad hero for Undying to face because Snapfire can blow up the tomb. But that's not it. Why else does Snapfire suck for Undying to face?
What else isn't dying suck? Wait, so you already said the reason is that she can destroy a tombstone very easily, right?
That's one of the reasons. Most people think that's the only reason, but it's not. What are the other reasons? Running back to Tiny.
Other reasons. Armor reduction against them?
What?
The armor reduction against them?
Hey, armor reduction sucks, but the real deal is
10
Undying
seconds
likes
remaining.
really long fights where he just gets to stick around, get
Radiant
HP,
team pick.
rack up zombies, right? Snapfire excels in very short bursts of fighting, both early, mid, and late game. She likes knocking you down in mere seconds, or at least forcing you into a rout in mere seconds. And if you're Undying and you need 5 minutes to
10
operate in
seconds
any team
remaining.
fight, the cookie, the scatter blast, it
5
really sucks
seconds
to be you.
remaining.
You can't just keep building yourself up over time. You don't have time. And the Centaur
Good
Warrunner
point.
really does not make things better for him in that department because while Undying can deal with the Centaur over a very long period of a team fight, one use of Decay is not going to be enough.
Good point.
Especially if Centaur Warrunner can get BKB this game if he chooses to do so. Undying's going to be basically useless because I really do not see many fights in this particular game lasting, the full duration of a BKB, or at least much more so far. Definitely
Why
not
would
good
he?
for Leftside.
Why would he not go BKB though?
I mean, some people, they just don't want to so bad, they just never do. I mean, who wants to go BKB? Nobody wants to. You just do it because you have to. You should get paid to buy BKB this game. Or in any game, right? Gaben should cut you a check. That's what buying BKB is like.
Dire team ban.
Wind Ranger at
And
your
there's the
service.
Wind
Windrunner.
Ranger. Oh.
Another very short-term combat hero. And just very bad. Like, look at the Leftside Lunchboxes lineup. Lena loves long fights. She loves being able to build up her passive, being able to run over people, being able to
10 seconds
hold the
remaining.
Laguna Blade for the best possible moment rather than necessarily having to open with it because you're
5
in a
seconds
2-second long
remaining.
fight. Undying is like one of the kings of long fights in this game. The Witch Doctor with the Maledict, the heal, he's big on long fights. The only guy who plays the same game that Princess Gang is playing is the Tiny. And the Tiny can definitely do a lot this game. He has a lot of room to do a lot of stuff so far. But he's one man. And I feel like the rest of his team is taken care of so well so far that it's going to be hard for him to do much.
10 seconds remaining.
Sniper band out.
5 seconds remaining.
Night Stalker band out. That's interesting. That actually would have been a really good pick. Actually could have really messed with the equation of this
Radiant
entire game in
team
very
ban.
short order. Leftside Lunchboxes have figured out the theming of the Princess Gang lineup and have gotten rid of some pause ones that kill people in seconds. There's a Sniper band. Don't you wish you banned Sniper?
10
Me?
seconds remaining.
Yeah, you.
Oh, against
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
I don't think it was particularly the best part of their game, but
Dire
I mean,
team pick.
definitely would want to lane against it for sure.
He won like 16-4 and killed all your towers. Are you sure he wasn't the best part of that game?
Timbersaw!
Timbersaw. Okay, yeah, no, that's.
We
They're
didn't draft enough wave
way.
clear.
They're thinking way too much about the strength component of the Radiant here. They're not thinking at all about anything else, and that is not good for them.
10
Because
seconds
guess what that
remaining.
is, Cheeseburger? Guess what Timbersaw is?
5 seconds.
A hero that's like
remaining.
long drawn fights.
You got it. And guess what Timbersaw can't do against this team?
Last long?
You got it. In
I mean,
particular, like, he's not in that much danger of dying quickly, but the problem is like, he can't stay around. If Timbersaw tries to commit to a fight, then he's going to be eaten, like, Snapfire ult. He's going to be having to dodge around the cogs, which really sucks for him. It's an interesting matchup, Timbersaw to Clockwork, in that you can, on one hand, you can take advantage of the cogs. On the other hand, cogs super counter you. It super sucks to play into those. So it sucks for both people, but you're a 3, he's a 4. They can't
good
credibly
point.
kill him so far, but he can't do anything. He can't stick around or he's going to die. So Timbersaw's main role this game is going to be not having long fights and just running away at like half health all the time.
Monkey King.
And there's a
Oh,
guy who is really going to punish that.
I mean, I don't like the Monkey King into the Lena and Timbersaw because they can all cut down trees. But
I don't think he needs
at
trees
least
this
in the
game.
lane, it's gonna be fine.
Like, I think Monkey King, for the most part, doesn't need to use trees when the enemy knows he's there. Like, he can just come down for a quick engage and then just never go back up, and I think he's fine. Like, what's gonna happen to him? You know? What's gonna happen to Timbersaw if he just sticks around in the Monkey King ult is, Monkey King's gonna start doing 3 trillion damage to him, the reactive armor is going to mean nothing, he's gonna die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looter dropped 3 counters to 1 pick in this lineup. It's really just, ugh, I don't like it. Do not like it.
Well, technically 3 picks because they're all strength heroes.
I said 3.
You said one hero. 3 picks just for 1 hero.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna like realistically like. I mean, you shouldn't be needing to counter a clockwork anyway. That's not a big concern, and he's not countered by it, which is the other thing. Undying's not going to be getting clockwork in fights. They're just not going to be at the same spot. Undying's not going to get snapfire in fights. They're not going to be at the same spot. He's going to be trying to drop decays. Snapfire is going to be a while away dropping artillery on your head. They're not countered. They are strength heroes, but they ain't countered by this lineup. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I think people get blinded a little bit by that sometimes in LD2L. People get blinded by, oh, these are strength heroes, pick anti-strength hero things. But there's a bit more context to it than that. Like, yeah, sure. You know,
Prepare for battle.
the Centaur is a strength hero, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And he's going to be right in the thick of battle, and you're going to be able to drop things on him, and that's good. He can get away, and he's unlikely to die in any case. That's not as good. But, like, whatever, right? It's fine. You've countered the Centaur. Clockwork is going to show up to battle when he wants to, stay as long as he wants to, and if he dies, he's totally fine with that. He doesn't care about your decay. He doesn't care about your Timber Saw Q. What's that going to do him? Make him die 1 second faster? That's not his job this game. You know what I mean? So it doesn't do anything to him. It makes his lane a little worse. It's going to kind of suck to be the Clockwork in general this game. He's going to, in this lane rather, he's going to have no impact here. Really not sure why they're not switching these two out. But on the other hand, it's like, what does that matter? Because you're not going to be able to do anything about the Monkey King anyway. It's already one of the most annoying heroes to lane against, right? Is the Monkey King. Let me tell you this as an offlaner. There are definitely heroes in this game that have acceptable good answers to early game Jingu mastery, but there's not many of them. A lot of the time, it's just like you're either a double-ranged lane, you're a lane with a load of CC, or you're just going to have to live in that world. Neither of these two can live in that world, and they don't have enough CC for it. So even though it's going to be a bad lane for Clockwork, it's Monkey King's not going to care. He's still just going to whoop your ass if you try to mess with him. Go birds.
Well, they're just hitting each other.
Yep. Snap's not even...
It,
okay, now is using skills for it.
Did Undying go all mangoes? Hell yes.
Yep. That is a lot of mangoes, brother. It's not actually true. He didn't actually go all mangoes. He went all mangoes except for tangos.
Okay, Matty Boy is a little bit out of position here. Usually if I would go Undying, I would only use my Q on, like, when they're right next to each other. But,
Hey, it's not going to happen in this lane. That's a ranged hero and a melee hero. A ranged hero that has no obligation to get in your face, so...
Matty, looking a little bit sus.
Sorry, no Zoomer talk is allowed here.
No Zoomer talk? Okay,
He's actually not doing himself any favors, trying to still steal strength when he's so low. Really should just eat the tangos and try to live with a lower strength. Like, yeah, that tango is just completely useless. It's restoring 7 health per second, but he's got 880 max right now.
yeah. That was on fleek right there.
Good news is, Thugwood, yep, is gonna actually die there. Gonna stay a little too long, just get eaten by the zombies. The other good news is, like, I don't really see how this offlane ever kills Lena. Ever. At 6
Double
is the
melee
answer.
against Lena, yeah.
At 6, they cookie, they centaur stomp, they ult with the snapfire. That's the only way they kill the Lena. That's it though.
Bottom does have a lot of kill potential.
Moon, drop it! Drop the Q! They were lined up so well, Moon River, come on! Okay,
Hope you
there
get
we
it.
go, it's fine. This is super annoying. Monkey King can actually hit into the goddamn gears. I would be losing my mind if I was Timber in this lane. He was gonna
Just allowed to
randomly
hit him
just
for
get
free there.
clock, but unfortunately it's a little hard to say that that's particularly worth it. Even with a ring and your reactive armor, it's gonna take a long time to get rid of all this damage.
Oh, we didn't do recall yet, right?
We did that in the first game. You only do that once per series, Goofus.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Go Birds.
I'm dying. Low on mana again.
It's okay. He's out of mangoes now. Uh-oh.
People in this league don't like to buy what's it called? Any region at all? Mana region or region actually.
You don't
River,
like to buy any
very
more
odd.
region. Anyway, Moon River. Oh, that was
no, he
interesting.
still
He's still
dies
gonna die
here.
though. Moon River
If he did it in
has,
like the initial ones, I think he would have
Yep.
survived.
Moon River has just figured out the ultimate rule of LD2L. Just because the enemy lane shouldn't be able to kill you doesn't mean they can't if you just soak up a bunch of damage and just stay there for no reason. Counter does not mean gone, it means countered. Tiny and Windrunner are keeping things very neutral at mid. Interestingly, Tiny has kind of got the advantage in the deny department so far.
He does have more base attack damage.
Alright, while we've been watching this, there's been a heck of a melee happening in both side lanes. Just use our time traveling here. Check this out. You're gonna take out the tall balls here. Take out the Witch Doctor. And Moon River's got that crap, so nothing more gonna happen to them. On the other hand, they did lose the Centaur in this lane. Here's a true fact for you, right? I did the math on it once. I actually sat down, I actually got my stopwatch out, and I actually, like, in a load of random scenarios, just compared. I actually deleted the stats on it because, okay.
Lone
They're
Wolf
looking very dead.
very dead.
Princess walks away from the food before it's done, so does not get the kill.
And Tombstone will probably get killed here.
Yep.
Oh,
Matty Boy tries to save it with a Soul Rip, but accidentally Soul Rips a creep instead after it's already dead. And Snap actually just died to a split kill, so it was totally fine with that. Anyway, I actually did all the calculations once, and it was like this ridiculously long document comparing lots of scenarios of, you know, percentage of HP remaining, how long it takes to regen, you know, how much damage is avoided and whatnot. And the ultimate finding is this 2-ring shit on Centaur is actually memes. One bracer does exactly as much and gives you considerably better regen. And against Undying, gives you more of an ability to stand up to his decays for longer.
Radiant's top tower
The
is
only
under
case
attack.
that you're not going to prefer a bracer to 2 rings is if you're in a double physical damage lane. But every single other way that I did the math, the bracer came up better. That's a true story for you. And if the people want it, I could actually go and do that entire thing again, but that took like 4 hours to do, so please don't make me do that. Got a teepee up here top. Windrunner coming in. I kind of feel like it's a little unlikely to see anything happening here, especially if
yeah,
it gets
missing
blown
power
like
shot.
that. Well, Matty Boy is
Still
gonna
diving, though.
sit on an awkward spot. Just go down here.
Dire's
Lena doesn't
top
have stun
tower is
anymore,
under
so they
attack.
could go for
Yeah,
this.
Lena doesn't have stun. Centaur does. It is out.
There's a chain stun, power shot.
Clear's here.
He still
But,
does you though.
yeah. They're gonna get
But
the Windrunner.
Jopa getting a little bit
Yep.
low.
They're gonna get the Windrunner in retaliation. They might get the snap too.
Lose that
They're
avalanche.
definitely gonna get the snap too. It's an awkward little encounter. It actually is in favor, collectively, of the Radiant, but I think in reality, even though the Dire got less money, it's probably a better exchange for them because Tiny got most of it, while Snapfire got most of the Radiant's money, and that's Snapfire. I guess XP-wise, there was the upside that Princess just takes a bunch of tower shots. XP-wise, there is the upside there, I suppose, that Lena died, and so did not enjoy any of the XP that came from that encounter there. Didn't get any of the XP off of Windrunner or off of Snap. Whereas everybody on the Dire got all of their XP. So there is that, I guess, but slightly small potatoes there. The always generous Matty Boy donates a charge to the Princess Magic Wand Retirement Fund. This is an awkward time for the Radiant for Witch Doctor to suddenly be showing up.
Avalanche just comes out.
Princess is gonna die here. And Windrunner walks right into Lena. She gets knocked out here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very good play
Well,
coming out
Snap
of
is
the...
pushing mid tower.
Very good play coming out of the lunchboxes here. Snapfire's pushing this mid tower, but I mean that ain't a worthwhile trade. She's not even gonna get half of it.
He is getting level for 6 though. That's gonna be pretty big for the
It's
Radiant.
true. Especially if they can bring the Clockwork and the Snapfire together, and double especially if Clockwork can hit 6 relatively soon. Okay, misses the cookie. You know, if a hook shot plus gears plus Snapfire ult equals they die. There's just no two ways about it at this point, basically.
He just needs levels. I mean EXP to be honest.
Yep.
This Timbersaw, does he have mana regen? Or is he just going
Timber
like
has arcane boots.
oh he's arcane, okay.
And is going Soul Ring because nobody's told him those are out of fashion yet. I really hope we get to see the elusive Timbersaw hits Soul Ring and then dies play in this game. My proudest moment as a caster was in a game nobody actually saw because it was just spectating a game. And that
140
happened
gold.
1 second after I mentioned it. I was like, I bet Timbersaw just hits Soul Ring and dies for no reason, and then he does.
Who wants cookies? Not too bad.
I think that did happen at least once on LD2L though, so there is that. This is a very dead-looking Snapfire.
Dire's top tower is under
Not
attack.
the most effective resistance there. Go Birds. See, Matty's smart. He knows I'm just going to keep reading this out on stream when he does this. So his pro-birds propaganda is going to reach the masses. Swing and a miss on that Maledict. Not like it would have done anything anyway.
Dire's
Almost doing
top
a
tower is falling.
doing the smart play there, trying to... Okay, that's a bit interesting. I'm surprised Princess didn't just hit R there and try to trample the Undying to death. I know he's missing strength, but only 4. That's not much. It's actually kind of an issue with a pause 5 Undying if you're expecting it to counter the Centaur specifically, is that if you're pause 5 Undying,
Radiant
you're not going to have a
structures
lot
are
of strength
fortified.
steal for a very long time.
And don't you max decay anyway in the lane?
And if you have the mana regen to support it, if Matty Boy's not going to buy it, then no reason to. Maxing the Tombstone has not really done him wrong in this lane anyway so far, so it's probably okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My
Well, it looks like the Radiant are just gonna take the middle tower without any
Dire's
resistance.
middle tower has
TP
fallen.
gets canceled there. Matty Boy is going to walk in front of everybody. But he's not going to die for it because Radiant thinks there's more people there. Timbersaw chasing the Moon River around. It's not. Oh, yeah, Matty Boy actually is going to die because they know the Timbersaw's not there. And that right there was actually a good example of why the Timbersaw versus Monkey King matchup is not as bad as it looks on paper, because it's like Timbersaw can cut down trees, but the way that Monkey King moves around on them makes it actually really tough to predict exactly where he's going to be going. And if you throw Chakram at the wrong spot, you just wasted a load of mana for nothing. Makes it a little awkward.
Radiant's bottom tower
13
is
minutes
under
in.
attack.
Radiant is the advantage so far in net worth. Very disproportionately large amount of both teams' money is on their respective offlanes at the moment. Neither one of them, I suspect, is going to make the most impact this game. So the real story is probably mostly how Tiny is doing really well for himself right now. Clockwork is sneaking the Witch Doctor out the back. He's not going to live for it, though. That was a very unnecessary ult. It's a very dead Thug would as well. Meanwhile, Moon River is having a hard time killing this ancient camp, and Centaur is not even anything like present. They definitely can't be fighting without Centaur right now. They need the stun. They need what little damage they get off of his W.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures
Incoming
are
message
fortified.
from the weird voice in
Dire's
Cheeseburger's
top
background.
tower is under attack.
Rainbow TP on the mid T1 for Radiant. J-Bay losing a chunk of his mana. J-Bay might be losing a chunk more than that. Though Undying is just going to try and use Soul Rip to keep him alive. Booter's showing up here, dropping everything he can on Princess's head. Not to much avail. Good cask. Messes everything up, but a good artillery strike does too. And J-Bay is very dead. Very, very casual death there on the part of J-Bay. As Culture 3 playing this fight super well, sidelining the Witch Doctor there while still giving him an escape route. Culture on this Clockwork being a major thorn in the side of the Dire right now.
Yeah.
And overall, a pretty good team fight win for the Radiant, especially considering most of the money went to the people who need it the most.
Scanning.
Surprised the Lina hasn't TP'd bottom yet to take advantage of all the free farm. Hopping to jungle.
Well, it's
so.
just pushing out top here, I believe.
Said Timbersaw will be taking the farm.
Well, she's going to be going for it
A
now.
more type of playing.
You know, this mindset was exactly what enabled Bean 10 to beat you last season.
The what?
Because I knew this is exactly how you thought as a pause one, and I told everybody this is what you did, and they played around it.
What? Me? Just like keep pressuring the map?
Just always go into a side lane. If there's ever a dull moment, go to a side lane as pause one.
I mean, it's
And
a lot better than just
The order was either just constantly prowl on him and just try to get him, which is a bad idea, or never give him a free moment, which is what we went with, and it worked.
Radiant's middle
I have to
tower
check
is
those
under
games,
attack.
to be honest. Bean 10 was the team that was supposed to win that season, but I don't know.
Unfortunately,
Overrated.
even though I told Godlike Matt specifically not to pick LC, he did it anyway. For which I will never forgive him.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Happens.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good retreat here by the Radiant. This could have been a really bad go for them, but they just completely waste everybody's time, and so walk away with no casualties. Good Centaur ult there. good split of the good use of the hook shot, good split of the Clockwork, the Windrunner, the Monkey King, as I hover over everybody but those guys. I just did like the bad movie poster thing.
I remember the series.
Ooh. This
Yeah.
is really, really bad for Timbersaw. He's just gonna lose over half his HP with no stacks of his passive. Luckily, he does have a hood, or no, he doesn't have a hood. Never mind. Okay. That was a good dodge there. Just 2 different stuns just went down on Timbersaw's head, and neither of them connected. Callball's once again just gonna take a casual spill here.
Is under attack.
And Looter's actually just gonna go behind the lines and knock out the Windrunner there, which is definitely good. Princess using the Blink Dagger to get out of there.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Radiant
attack.
needs to start leveling these magic damage skills, is what they need to do. Timbersaw just should not have been allowed to live that, and he's not, never mind. Radiant either needs to have Moonriver in the fights or level their magic damage skills. That's really the more accurate way to say it.
Also, fighting when they're like clearly not together. Huge numbers disadvantage on the Dire that fight.
Well, they are all together. They all died, see? This team is already looking like it has big-time Monkey King problems. I really don't know exactly what they're going to do to this dude. It basically just has to be they have to be able to have a go where everything lands on the Monkey King at the start of the fight. And if that doesn't happen, then I don't know what Ire does. I don't know what their path to victory is. In particular, if more than one person is in the Monkey King ult when it starts, I think they just kind of lose the fight. One thing they definitely could use, Witch Doctor going for Glimmer Cape, which is good. I think these guys need 4 staves. I think both of the supports need 4 staves. Undying is getting his, which is good. But in particular, these guys need to be able to... Maybe Lena Hurricane Pike? I know that's not exactly what you probably want to be building at this moment, but...
Bottom tower is under attack.
I think the more ability you have to not just get everybody caught in the Monkey King ult and just die, the better your team fight should go moving forward. Do you think this is actually J-Bay's name?
What is the name?
His sponsor?
Radiant are scanning.
Let me check again. Jerry Bayless?
Yeah.
Nah, there's no way. There's no way. That sounds very goofy.
He's the inheritor to the Bayless shoe store fortune.
Radiant's middle
Unfortunately,
tower
when
is
they
under
named the
attack.
stores, who knows we're all
Radiant
plugged.
structures are fortified.
That chain probably doesn't even exist outside of Texas. Shoutouts to Payless Shoe Store. Free promotion.
I don't know if that's gonna be much promotion.
Yeah, gonna get a sponsorship. If Payless Shoe Store wants to sponsor me, I'm game. Centaur Warrunner went for an incredibly quick Heaven's Halberd here, and it is already done, I believe. It might be. Let's check that courier. Yeah, it is done. He also gets a bullwhip for his troubles. That halberd this early is going to be gigantic. Lena is pulling out the
Radiant's top
BKB.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, pulling out the BKB here. Princess gets a halberd to ruin the 9-second BKB. That's a major power spike that the enemy team just didn't have.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is so awkward. These guys have no idea what to do right now. Doesn't matter. Artillery coming out. Clockwork. Oh, that's so sad. If Clockwork actually... Ooh, that's happy, though. Clockwork actually got those gears. That could have been big. He's going to go down now, but look how many people are in this ult for Moon River. They do actually knock him out, though. The halberd does not come out in time to kill the Lena here.
yourself, Timbersaw. Maybe the trees knew you had it coming.
And they
Dire's
don't...
bottom tower
They
is
don't
under
stun
attack.
her. Alright, well in that case that's probably a win for Dire, I guess? Nah. They still end up on the lower side of the gold scale, but losing Monkey King here really hurt, probably more than any amount of money Windrunner gets.
Kind of weird. Maybe they were trying not to like stack stuns or something like that,
Maybe.
but they ended up just not stunning at all.
Well, they didn't see her TPing, but they probably should have figured, honestly. It was not the most subtle move in the world, to say the least. I'll give you guys at LD2L a free hint because I've seen it happen very, very many times over the course of games. If somebody just suddenly goes behind a tree to break vision and they're slightly farther ahead of you, they're TPing. 100% they're TPing. That's what everybody does right now. And they are TPing right under the cover of vision. So the little inch of ground that you can't see, that's where they are. Two ships pass the night as Princess and Timbersaw run into each other. Surprised Princess going for the Heart of Tarask here. This seems like a really ridiculously good pipe game, if especially if, and this is definitely going to be the case, if supports can't get it. Like, you're knocking out all of Tiny's power for the first 30 minutes, which in fairness is almost over. But you're knocking out all of his power for the first 30 minutes, a lot of his power after. You're knocking out Witch Doctor, knocking a lot of Lena's power out. Knocking a small portion. I think he's mostly... Oh, he's all up here now, never mind. Not actually doing anything to Timbersaw, but there's so much magic damage on this team. Pipe actually does a load for you here. But then they didn't believe in it last game, so why would they believe in it now?
Jopa's here now.
Yeah,
Looks like the Dire know what's up.
Very free Roche, but...
Huge avalanche. Is he gonna be able to steal it though?
No, he's just gonna get pounded.
Oh
He
my
didn't even get
god.
the last hit on Roche. Very good
Snapple
artillery
just
strike there
nuked
from
him.
Hollywood.
Oh. Looks like Undying will
Runner
just
was
die here
hoping.
from a power shot.
Timbersaw is already half dead before he even engages in this fight. But unfortunately,
is
that's
dead.
another missed shackle for Windrunner. Doesn't
And,
actually matter.
JB falls.
Bounty killing.
Again, this team, it really just seems to have big-time Monkey King problems. Like, just 3,000 damage dealt and he didn't even come under threat that game. Timbersaw, who is a very big part of this team's strategy, couldn't even exist in these fights because he just countered out so bad by it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Feels like at this point, really the only play for Dire is just hold out till Lena's scary. That's about it. Because a scary Lena can certainly change things, especially if Princess is going to avoid going for any sort of magic resist items for religious reasons.
Not even the BKB.
Yep.
Kind of like what's his name? JD on Delightful Dolphins, not bad BKB at all.
Who?
JD from Delightful Dolphins, not buying BKB. One carry.
Delightful what?
Delightful Dolphins. They're Are you unaware that Delightful Dolphins carry player doesn't build BKB?
Who the hell? I've never heard of a team by this name. You know,
They just lost to oh wait, I don't know if you recorded it yet.
recorded what?
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Listen, that sounds like a team with a default name, and no teams with default names get casted this season.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Again, Moon River just snapping everybody up here. Assuming a snap, here comes the fire. But without any stuns left, it's not really too effective.
Radiant's middle tower.
But this is certainly always in fashion for a good cookie. JB just gonna get jerked around here before he finally goes down. He's actually gonna get the Aegis though, which is funny, but... So, they lose 4 and they take the Aegis, and that's all they get out of that exchange. This is getting really bad really fast. least
What
they
can I
got
say?
the outpost,
Nature
though.
loves me.
Monkey King about to get a Silver Edge just to make sure that never happens to him again. It's actually a really big Silver Edge game. There's some very big passes on that lineup that would be nice to get rid of. You got the reactive armor, of course. And then you also have this. Centaur finds a Cloak of Flames because he's not annoying enough already. Actually, just assembled his Vanguard to finish up the heart because people know you can do that now, so I don't have to say it every time I cast a game and somebody buys Vanguard. Vanguard is certainly, I mean, Vanguard actually might have been okay to just keep with the Lena, but Lena has been doing so little this game that you cannot really blame him much for doing this, especially considering how much he gets against the pure and magic damage against the rest of the team. Wonder what that Ring of Region is going to be used for.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's Culture and Wonder are here, and then big. Timbersaw looking for a way out, swing and a miss, just gonna go down now. Feels like Timbersaw can't do anything this game. Feels like every time he comes out, it's like he does as little as humanly possible and then dies. That's it. And he actually did a pretty credible amount of damage here. Did pretty good. He did more than the Clockwork, but that's a Clockwork. Clockwork got himself a Force Staff. If he's actually clever with how he uses that, and Snapfire as well, they're actually clever. They can actually use their Force Staffs to push people deeper into the Monkey King ults, which can be really nasty. And Clockwork mostly got it so he can just get out of gear jail and leave you there, but... It's another one of those sneezes?
No. I'm getting messages from my team because there should be a scrim right now. I don't want to lead this cast though.
Dire's top tower is under
Just tell them that, who are you scrimming against? Tell me you're scrimming against the Hollywood team. Because Princess said, Princess was like, yeah, I'm free after 7 today.
Wait, what do you say?
Who's
I'm not streaming
scrim
against the Princess team. I'm streaming against another team in another league, but it's Los Muertos though, is playing.
Yeah.
Can't expose any details.
We finally got the Moon River down there. Took everything they had, but they did actually do it. They
think I
lose
need to
Elena for it in
leave.
response. It's not really going to be worth it. We got a quitter in the chat?
Yes, we got a quitter. I'll have
Sounds a
to,
little cringe.
I'm gonna have to, what's it called? I'm gonna have to,
Coward.
owe you again. Another time.
Oh, you just
sorry.
keep doing it to me, Burger Prince. This is why Vex always complains about you in my DMs.
Yeah, it's just the times gotten too close to each other. Sorry, I'm gonna have to leave. Good luck
Well, that's
though, on the
okay.
rest.
I'll just do the rest of this cast myself without you.
Yeah, I might show up if I finish early.
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
bet you're gonna finish before this game that's 30 minutes in and already looks really uncompetitive.
Alright, so.
Get out of
See you
here!
guys.
No, you don't get to say goodbye. You must just now leave. Good Centaur ult coming in from Princess. Matty Boy in bad way here, but should be okay. Might be actually in a worse way. This is so awkward. It sucks so much to be Timbersaw and you're getting clowned by a Windrunner. That should be the opposite of what's happening here, but so it goes. Matty's finally just gonna die somewhere off screen, and another 4-for-1 trade. All they get for this is a Clockwork. That Sculpture, I haven't really seen the Sculpture Clockwork. If I have, probably most recently in Season 12. He's doing a really good job on it. He's just being very devious in the way he's just cutting the fight in such a way that it's very awkward for anybody to support anything. It's very, you know, Timbersaw is just always in a bad spot where he just can't really use his W the way he wants to. He disconnected.
Radiant are scanning.
And Lena, who is very low health here, just survived a close encounter with the Windrunner. Just feels like she's so far gone that there's really nothing for her to do in this game. Hollywood breaks the wrong Brax's spirit armor. And goodbye Lena, who's just going to eat artillery now and die. And Timbersaw's going to come in and try to do whatever he can to get the revenge shot, but whatever he can adds up to really nothing much. Tall Balls' untitled statue.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't really know at this point. Oh, Centaur's finished that Shiva's guard just to make him a little more annoying when he blinks on top of you. It really must suck to live to be Looter this game, who counters out a lot of the members of their team, and they didn't really build for him, but it just doesn't matter anyway, because so much of his team, damn it! So much of his team is just falling apart around him so hard in these fights, in particular the Timbersaw just, oh, I hate to say it, but the Timbersaw just doesn't exist. Especially with this kind of money, I mean, he doesn't have anything. This is great value, Timbersaw. The Vanguard's good, but like even with the Vanguard, you're still just getting eaten by the Windrunner? That is such a bad sign. I don't know. It's like, I don't know what you build as a Timber this game. He's just not good against this particular lineup.
Are scanning.
Anything you can build to survive the Windrunner is going to be no help against the Monkey King, especially. Or the Centaur War Runner. Alright, goodbye, Matt. He's just gonna pop out of existence there. Radiant just ran by Roche, which was going to respawn in mere moments.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roche is just dying in seconds flat. Moonriver about to get another free Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower
Maybe pick
is
himself
under
up a
attack.
shard. And probably not, that shard doesn't seem that great. Centaur's shard is surprisingly good, especially, this is not Centaur, especially in a game like this. The Snapfire shard, very good. Princess is going to say, a lot. As Moonriver has to stare at this shard because he has no inventory space and everybody else ran out of the pit. There we go. Decides to take it for himself. Wants to have the boundless strike jump. Oh, Kentaro already has the shard. Makes sense. Builds up, building up Centaur's strength. It's probably actually going to outpace the strength that Undying is able to take from him, especially with how quick fire these fights have been going. Going to be picking up a
Dire's
gem
top
here.
tower is under attack.
As Princess just face tanks this tower and nobody can do anything about it. Think about how many picks Looter spent just to try and make sure the Centaur wasn't a problem in this game. And you know, we're looking at a situation like this, they still can't do anything to him. They're going to take about half Moonriver's health off for free, though, which is a good start. And then they're going to get all put together in jail and just completely decimated. Wow. They're going to lose the first life on the Monkey King, but they're also going to lose Tiny through BKB. Everybody dead on Dire. I don't know why anybody's even looking at Arax right now. I guess they think there's going to be buys. There ain't! This game is definitely just about over.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
One unfortunate look for Looter
Dire's
in this
middle
particular
tower has
game.
fallen.
Lone Wolf calls the G's, we're getting out of here. One unfortunate look for Looter in this particular game is that when Princess Gang had the worst draft, they were still playing around it very well, and even though they had a very low chance to win, for the most part, for most of the game, they definitely had at least some place to go. This Looter lineup felt dead from the moment draft ended and just never found anywhere to go. They felt like they never had any kind of advantage. They felt like they never had any kind of upside. And at the end of the day, he just kind of ended up collapsing in the face of a superior draft. And that's really what this is. It's a tale of two drafts. We learned nothing from this game except both of these teams can draft a really bad lineup once in a while. That's basically it. Game 1 was a stomp. Well, I mean, it should have been more of a stomp, really. Princess Gang did play well around it, but their lineup was just so one note that Lunchboxes were able to just capitalize on it and win. This time, Leftside Lunchboxes were so one note, Princess Gang's able to capitalize on it and win. Princess Gang looked stronger in Game 2, but not really by that much. So, because I do think the differences in strength of draft were a lot more pronounced this time. So, I mean, that's really the long and short of it. Unfortunately, it's hard to analyze these games beyond just saying this is just two draft problems, which sucks. Because it sounds like a lot of the play is being invalidated, when in reality it's like, okay, so Game 1, JB had a lot of really awesome duels. He had a few kind of stinkers, but for the most part he had really good eyes on it. The clockwork play in both games was really good, exactly what it needed to be. You know, I do think that Lone Wolf just didn't get a chance to show the Lena off as well as Moon River did in the first game. Who knows what would have happened if he got scary? You know, but like it feels like that's so secondary to the draft in these two particular games that it kind of sucks. But either way, if you're somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up today. There's stand-ins needed all the time. Few people have already been cycled out of the season, and in-house is still happening, queue is still happening, all kinds of fun stuff still happening. And until next time, we'll be looking at MS322 taking on the Outworld Destroyers. Like the Outlaw Destroyers, sorry. The Outlaw Destroyers. See you then.